Hi friends, welcome to my channel, and this is part 9th video in mastering Hyper-V on Windows Server. And in this video I am going to show you how to configure Hyper-V replication for virtual machine. So what is virtual machine replication? So virtual machine replication is simply uh, when by using the virtual machine replication you can replicate your virtual machines from one host to another host, and also you can create multiple replication, so primary host to secondary host, and from secondary host to third host also you can do a replication which is known as extended replication, which we are going to configure in next video. So the next question, why you need a Hyper-V replication feature? So let's say your organization does not have a Hyper-V cluster, and you don't have infrastructure to create a Hyper-V cluster, but still you want your virtual machines to be available um, around the clock, and you want to make sure your virtual machine does not go down when you have a outage with your primary host or secondary host. So overall, virtual machine replication can be used to make sure your virtual machine is highly available in case of hardware failure, or maybe planned or unplanned failure for the Hyper-V host. So we'll see how this works in real scenario. So this is my lab environment. It's going to be a pretty same which we are using from last 3-4 videos. So I got two my domain controllers and two of my Hyper-V hosts. On top of that, I'm running two virtual machines. So here is my environment. So this is my DC01 and this is my DC02, and this is my first Hyper-V host, Hyper-V host 1. So I'll go ahead and open Hyper-V manager here, and this is my second Hyper-V host. So this is what we have. And before moving to configuration, I want to review what are the key requirements for Hyper-V replication. So the very first thing is host configuration. So two or more physical hosts with the Hyper-V role installed. So definitely if you want to create and configure replication, virtual machine replication, you need more than two virtual machine as a source and destination. And also you require a reliable network connectivity between sites. So if you are doing the intra-site replication, let's say your host 1 is sitting in data center 1 and host 2 is sitting in data center 2, you need to make sure your network is having reliable connectivity. And firewall, so on the firewall, depending on what type of configuration you have, you need to enable port 80 or port 443. If you are using port 80 for Kerberos authentication, port 443 if you are using certificate based authentication. So I'll show you both options. So in this video I'm going to focus on port 80, which is Kerberos authentication. And storage, definitely you require a sufficient storage capacity on replica server where you are trying to replicate a virtual machine. And authentication, you can do two types of authentication. Is first one is Kerberos authentication, which is going to happen from port 80, and certificate based authentication, which is HTTPS, which require 443 port to be enabled from firewall. And of course VM compatibility, you need to make sure your host are source and destination hosts are compatible to run the virtual machine versions. So this is a few quick check which you need to make sure you have. So I have pretty much everything, and we can go and create a replication. So I'm on my Hyper-V host 1, so I'll go ahead. We require to create one thing, firewall ports for port 80 to allow this replication happen. So I'll go ahead first and create a replication, enable replication setting. So if you go to Hyper-V setting, you will see here replication configuration. You need to click here, enable this computer as a replica server. So definitely this server needs to work as a replica server for Hyper-V replication. And then I'm going to select in this video use Kerberos HTTP, which is going to be happen from port 80, and here I'm going to select allow replication from any authenticated server, and this is the path where the replication is going to happen for the virtual machine files and storage. So I'll go ahead and click apply, and now it is asking you to make sure port 80 is enabled in the firewall. So I'll go ahead and enable port 80. So Windows Firewall and Advanced, and now I'll go here and new rules, and I'll select port and specify the port 80, and then I'll name it port 80. So you need to create an inbound rule only. So this is done. So I'll go ahead and on this host I'm done. I'm going to do the same firewall configuration on host 2. So advanced, yes, and here and port 80, next, and call it port 80, rule name, just click on finish. So we are almost ready. So I'll go ahead and enable the same Hyper-V replication configuration on Hyper-V host 2. So Hyper-V settings, under the settings, replication configuration, you need to make sure the same configuration is configured here also. So port 80, use HTTP, and then allow the replication from any authenticated server. I'm done, and now I'll go ahead and replicate, click on basically here enable replication, and then click next, and then you need to select a replica server. So I'm going to select my replica server Hyper-V host 2. So this is the host, and replica parameter, you will see replica server Hyper-V host 2 is selected, port 80 which we have configured under the configuration setting, and compress the data while transmitting over the network, leave the default. And this is what virtual machine are participating in this virtual machine disk basically. So if you have more than one disk, or you want to replicate some specific disk, you can select that option also. So click next, and how frequent, what is your frequency of replication. So depending on your data size and infrastructure you can select. So in my lab environment I'm going to pick 30 seconds, click next. And how if you want to create a multiple recovery point, you can create that also, but I'm going to create only at one latest recovery point since this is demo, and send initial copy. So how you can send the initial copy, let's say if you have a bigger virtual machine, let's say terabyte of virtual machine, you can send initial copy using external media also, and you can copy or export your machine there, and you can send it over to the secondary data center, and then you can enable the replication. And either in my environment I'm going to select the very first option, which is over the network, and click next. And when you want to transmit, you can select the schedule also. I'm going to start immediately, next, and this is what we have configured, and just click on finish. So now you'll see our replication is created, and it's sending the initial replica. So initial replica is going to transmit complete hard drive and virtual machine settings, configuration, everything from source to destination. So you can see here it's Hyper-V host 2 VM01 is receiving changes, and here it's sending initial changes. So this is good. Now if I go here and review the hard drive structure, so if you go to location, you will see here under the virtual disk, you will see this Hyper-V replication depending on what folder you have selected. So I have selected this folder. So here you will see your hard drives, virtual hard drive for related to that virtual machine, GUID, and then you will see here virtual machine configurations. So, and if you are doing planned virtual machine unplanned, so you will see everything here basically under the replica related to whatever virtual machine replication you has configured. So now if I go here and see the view replication health, so it will show you no data because the replication is still running. So size of data yet to be replicated, it was 400 GB. Now you will see this replication is done. So I'll go ahead and start this virtual machine just to verify. And now if I go in on the replication and see view replication health, you will see here replication is enabled and replica mode is primary. So current primary node, you can say Hyper-V 01 is primary, Hyper-V 02 is replica server, and then replication health is normal. And you can see the timings, average size, average latency. What was this was last sync, so that's why it's giving 1 minute 26 second, otherwise it's going to be a few seconds. And what are the data size and all. So now if I go here and see the replication health, you will see the average latency 43 seconds. So it will definitely going to be reduced. So now you will see 28 seconds because we are replicating machine now on every 30 seconds. So this is good. So basically this is how you can configure your replication. And if I go here, and there is an option for pause replication also. So let's say your Hyper-V host 2 is not available due to any maintenance or any reason, and you want to make sure your replication is not broken or nothing goes wrong. So you can come here and always pause your replication and resume your replication depending on your requirement. So if I go here view replication health, you will see here the warning replication is paused for virtual machine 01. So you will see the status, and as soon as you resume this, you will see that replication is going to happen back to normal. So now you can see replication is enabled and everything seems good. So this is how you can configure your virtual machine replication on a Hyper-V host. So thank you for watching, and please subscribe me for more videos. And if you have any query, any question related to this, you can always post me on my given mail IDs. Thank you once again. Bye bye.